afternoon, Cowboys Nation. Welcome back to another video. Today's definitely going to be a depressing one. I really don't have a response for this game. I was really disappointed watching this game. Was not happy. Before we get into the stats and everything, this one's to the point where I don't even know how to start this off. The game was super embarrassing to watch for Dallas. Great game for the Bills, obviously. Terrible game for the Cowboys. Obviously 31-10. The defense could not stop the run game. The Bills didn't really have to pass the ball much. It was all run. James Cook ran straight through our defense like they weren't even there. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that our defense is built to defend the pass. And not run. I don't know what to say. Not happy about this game whatsoever. Very embarrassing game for the Cowboys all around, offense and defense. Everything was very bad to watch. As a Cowboys fan, great if you're a Bills fan. Great if you're an Eagles fan. For Cowboys fans, not a great game. I'm sure nobody is happy right now. I can't even put on, a normal, non-disappointed voice. This is my tone of voice. Literally, I think describes perfectly how every Cowboys fan is feeling right now. None of us know what to say. Very, very embarrassing game. There were a lot of questionable things while watching the game. We could have had a fumble recovery. They didn't give it to us. They ruled the ball down. This is my personal opinion. I don't think they were down. I think we definitely should have had that fumble recovery, which probably could have changed the momentum of the game for us. And the outcome could have been a little bit different to have a big stop like that on defense, force a nice turnover, good field position. But it didn't go our way. The game, you could definitely tell there was aggression between the teams, a lot of physicality. It made it a fun game to watch overall, but as a Cowboys fan, it was not fun to watch at all. Obviously the score 31-10 puts us at 10-4. Bills now up at 8-6. Very even teams, I think. I think we're very, very even teams. The Bills just did it better. They found the weakness in our offense, in our defense. They exposed it majorly. We are not built for the run. The defense is not built for the run whatsoever. They are not built for the run. They could not stop hardly any run plays. The Bills didn't have to pass because they didn't have to worry about passing, which is not a good thing. So we definitely got exposed on this one. Majorly huge weakness in the defense. We have built way too much around defending the pass, more than we have defending the run. Hopefully the defense and Dan Quinn take this as a learning lesson and they work on defending the run and practice more to build it up as a run stop and a pass stop defense instead of all pass, no run. So we're going to go ahead and get into the stats now because I don't really know what to say other than we got exposed for a huge weakness and they took major advantage of it. Passing wise, Dak Prescott 21 for 34. Our offense, that's another thing. Our offense couldn't get anything done. They couldn't get past that defense. Multiple QB pressures, multiple sacks, multiple deflections, an interception, multiple run stops. Tony Pollard looked decent for the first time, I think, all season. And it still didn't go very well. We couldn't get a single bit of momentum on offense until the very end of the game, which is, it's far too late when they're up 31-3. Dak Prescott, 21 for 34, 134 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Not terrible, but not great. Definitely not his best game. Hopefully, Dak Prescott's a great quarterback. Hopefully he can bounce back from it, learn from this, move on in our next 2 games. He plays like he has been since after the bye week, and we just start running through the last 2 teams, walk into the playoffs with a good positive attitude, and we storm our way through. Tony Pollard, 11 carries, 52 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions, 53 yards. He couldn't go anywhere. Couldn't do a single thing. Josh Allen, 17 for 15, 94 yards, 1 touchdown. Even though they didn't really run the ball, they still had a passing touchdown just to tack on. And it was James Cook. Nice, incredible catch in the corner of the end zone, front corner. Nice ball placement, perfect pass, perfect communication between the two, nice route, very uncontested ball. James Cook, 25 carries, 179 yards, 1 touchdown. The fact that rushing-wise, they ran for well over 200 yards combined says a lot about the weakness in our defense run-wise. Huge, huge weakness that they definitely took advantage of, and it worked out in their favor majorly. Stephon Diggs, 4 receptions, 48 yards. Nobody on our team had any good stats. Jake Ferguson, 6 for 44. Brandon Cooks, 2 for 10. Michael Gallup, 1 for 9. No. Terrible game. Terrible, terrible, terrible game. Rushing-wise for the Bills, James Cook, obviously, 179 yards off of 25 carries. Their backups even had good touches. Johnson, I don't know his first name. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know this dude's first name. Who's that? Ty Johnson. Okay, cool. Don't care that much. Ty Johnson, 9 for 54. That's now well over 200 yards. Josh Allen had 8 for 24. They couldn't even stop Josh Allen from running. No, obviously he didn't get a whole lot of yards, but they were first down pickups. Latavius Murray, 5 for 11. This was a very disappointing, very hard game to watch. They had, what was that, 1, 2, 3 sacks. 3 sacks for the Bills' defense. I'm very, very disappointed in how this game turned out. There's nothing that it seems that they could have done to stop the Bills at all. And now that it's uploaded, if you didn't get to see the game and you really want to see it, you want to see the Cowboys get ran over and absolutely smoked, there it is. The game highlights are up now on YouTube. Yeah. the Bills definitely took huge advantage of the fact that our defense is built around pass and not run defense. Hopefully Dan Quinn can make adjustments and this doesn't happen again. We're going against Miami next week. Huge pass team, but also a very, very major run team. They've got Raheem Mostert, Devon Arcane, and then they've got Tyreek Hill, they've got Jalen Waddle. That's going to be a rough game to watch. Hopefully their defense doesn't do to the Cowboys like the Bills defense did, and we can stay in the game. Hopefully our defense comes back hot and ready to play against the Dolphins, cover Tyreek, cover Jalen, and hopefully it's a better game all around for the Cowboys and it doesn't end like it did this week. So, with that, I am very disappointed in this game. I don't know what to say. I mean, there's nothing more I can say than good game Bills. They played great. Dominating offense, dominating defense. They shut the Cowboys out completely. For the Cowboys, please make adjustments quickly. They have a week to make proper adjustments to their offense and their defense to make sure this doesn't happen again before they run up against one of the best offenses in the league who have a track star for an offense with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert. Huge game coming up. This was a huge game. This was definitely a ground point for both teams. This was a base for both teams. This was a foundation for this is their foundation for the playoffs. Because of the Falcons and the Panthers game, the Cowboys have clinched a spot in the playoffs. But after this embarrassment of a game, unless they change their issues and get the big issues at priority here changed, they will not make it very far whatsoever. Terrible game for the offense, terrible game for the defense. Every fan is devastated, and I'm sure the players are all devastated too. Hopefully this lights them to come back next week against Miami and have an explosive game offensively and defensively to, help repair what was destroyed in this game. And hopefully they do it to Washington at the end of the season as well. And then they go into the playoffs and they do what they're supposed to do. Dak's a great quarterback, hands down. CeeDee Lamb's a great receiver. So is Brandon Cooks. Tony Pollard, and I don't know the guy's first name. Robert Dowdle. What is that guy's name? Rico. Okay, I wasn't even anywhere near close. Hopefully the running works somewhat like it did this game. Because, especially Tony Pollard, they would give him the ball, and he had plenty of explosive plays that blew for really good yards. But ultimately, they could not get past that defense. And it wasn't even passing, it wasn't even the secondary. It was solemnly the defensive line. I saw safety blitzes, disguised blitzes, run commit, and their defense played to a T. They committed to the run when they needed to, and when it was time to play pass defense, the secondary didn't have to worry one bit about the ball going far. Play in the middle. The defensive line created a lot of chaos in the backfield. That's a huge part of playing defensive line. Get in the backfield, create as much chaos as you can, force incompletions, force interceptions, get sacks, create that pressure on the quarterback when, every time you're out there so the offense cannot move the ball. And that's exactly what they did. They stopped them every time except for their field goal, which is not. I wasn't happy when they kicked a field goal like that at that point in the game. It's really crucial that you go for the touchdown to keep yourself alive in the game, and they didn't. They kicked a field goal, and then they came out late in the fourth quarter, got a touchdown, and that was the end of the game. At that point, the book had been written, signed off. It's done. 31-10, great game, Bills. Happy for you. For my Dallas Cowboys, please. For your fans' sanity, please fix this. With that being said, I am your very, very depressed host. Thank you all for tuning in. Signing out. I don't know what to say at this point. Have a good night, guys.